Selling a rent roll isn't just about finding a buyer, it's about avoiding the mistakes that quietly reduce value, often without principals realising until it's too late. Many principals underestimate the complexity of selling a rent roll. Unlike selling a property where the asset is physical and the contract is relatively clean cut, a rent roll sale involves transferring relationships, agreements, and income stream. Buyers aren't just purchasing a list of properties, they're buying confidence that the income is reliable, transferable, and sustainable after settlement. One of the biggest issues we see is untidy management agreements. Missing agreements, unsigned documents, or inconsistent terms are an immediate red flag for buyers and banks. Even if the income is strong, poor documentation creates uncertainty, and uncertainty almost always leads to price reductions or delays. Another common mistake is underestimating the impact of fee structures. Rent rolls with heavily discounted management fees or inconsistent ancillary charges often struggle to achieve strong multipliers. Buyers want clarity and consistency. If fees are patchy or poorly applied, the perceived risk increases and the value drops. High arrears or elevated vacancy levels also raise concerns. These issues suggest weak management practices and make buyers nervous about whether the income will hold post-settlement. Even short-term problems can have a long-term consequence when it comes to valuation. Finally, poor communication during the sales process can be costly. Neglecting staff or landlords at this stage often lead to resignations or landlord losses, and that's the worst possible time for income to disappear. Handled well, communication builds confidence. Handled poorly, it can unravel a deal very quickly. The result? Any one of these mistakes can cost tens of thousands of dollars in sales price. If you want to maximise the value of your rent roll, preparation is key, and it should start well before you plan to sell. Clean up your agreements, tighten your management practices, and communicate clearly with staff and landlords at the right time. Doing this properly protects your value and leads to a far smoother sales process. If you found this useful, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.